Hey, welcome to Real Estate After Dark. I'm your host, Larry Casselberry.
And June King.
Hey, how are you guys doing today? You're probably getting home from work and you're relaxing and you're probably going through Zillow, online looking for a home. We want to be that platform to help you out. So how you doing today, June?
I'm doing good. Larry, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm so glad that we get this platform together and we get to share it with our producer, Mr. Paul. What's going on, man? Oh, man, don't give me that low voice.
Oh, yeah.
Do not.
See, it only happens when a microphone is right in front of me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's like this.
No, ladies, the voice is real.
It goes down like this. Only when that microphone is there.
I think it's 100% real. This guy, man, I'm so glad to be here today to help these people out find a really good platform for DFW for the housing market. So how you been this week?
You know, busy is good. I want to thank you for allowing me to work with you on this podcast because real estate is dear to my heart, right? Like I have a passion for it.
Good.
And I know people always say you do things not for the love of money, but the things that you love. And if you do, then the money will fall. And I really, truly believe that. So I have a passion for real estate.
Good. We just work well together. I mean, from the first moment that I met you, I was like, man,
we was
special
crazy
about June.
We was crazy together.
We may bring up that story at a later time. I mean, it was so awesome to meet you. But first off, you know, just Real Estate After Dark, you know, I kind of want people to understand this podcast. You know, it's about the consumer out there, you know, they live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They're possibly outside the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and they want to kind of have a platform to kind of see where this market is like, what the money is like. Because I want to help you with the market part.
I need help.
Yeah, a lot of us need help. And then I know you can help us from a lending aspect and kind of let us know how that market goes on. So the big thing is just like, you know, with this being episode 1, and which is I'm excited.
I know,
episode
me too.
1. I mean, I'm ready to get to like 2,000 episodes. But this one is titled "This Is Us." So we're gonna get a chance to let the public out there know a little bit about us.
Okay.
But first, we kind of want to get into more or less the, you know, understanding the format of our segment and what people are going to expect. 2-part segments. We're going to talk about, you know, the real estate market.
Okay.
The other end, we're going to kind of get into more like the finance part of the market.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. And people may think about, you know, wow, you know, it's the finance side is probably the hardest struggle that I have with knowing if I can get a home. And other people may have the other side, like, you know, I really want my dream home. I want the American dream.
Right.
So we definitely want to be that platform to kind of give you what people are going to expect. We're going to kick off with giving away some drawings on the next one, right?
Yeah. Exciting, right?
So you want to tell them, you know, what that's going to be like? Because I'm pretty excited. I like to give stuff away.
Larry, he does. Okay. I had to wheel him in a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
She's like, don't give out that much.
Right. So we went back and forth. Okay. So you tell me the prizes because we done went back and forth.
Okay.
Now, I'm not a cheapskate. Okay. I just want to put that out there. Okay.
We do want to bring value, I think. So I think if we get a chance to like have 5 drawings, and basically if you can find us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, you'll give you one chance for the drawing.
Yes.
And you can follow us on, what do we have on
Instagram,
Real Estate After Dark. So that's the second time.
Or Facebook,
which is Real Estate After Dark Podcast. That's right. So those 3 ways you can actually get a chance to enter into the drawing. So we're giving away 5 things on the next show. And I believe episode 2, we're going to do that on FAQs, frequently asked questions.
So I can't like go on there and find us and win?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
Okay.
They just probably just won't let you.
Because I've been searching for us already.
They probably won't let you. We got some internet gangsters out there that can get around the system.
Right.
But we're going to be looking for you.
Okay, right.
They're right, Paul?
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna be looking for you for real. But that's pretty much like our kickoff drawing. We're gonna get this show started with Real Estate After Dark. So let's get into it. Let's, this is us.
This is us. This is us. Okay. So of course I had Larry write little something. Of course I
can
know.
write?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can.
Okay, I can
Had me rethinking that I needed to rewrite something else. Okay.
Nah.
So because of course I know Larry from the professional aspect of it. Like he's a grinder, he's a hard worker. He's going to give you the best buck for your money. Like he's just a genuine God-fearing guy. Like I know that. So I saw that, but I needed to know a little bit more because I mean I need to get a little deep. You know.
Okay.
So I had Larry write something, and so then I came up with some questions. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things is that you've always lived in Texas.
I've always lived in Texas.
You don't have that
Born
Texas.
and raised.
Like that Texas, fine.
Well, that's like all the,
It's a myth.
Well, it's a myth.
Okay.
But okay. I do think that us Texans, that we do carry that Southern hospitality.
Okay.
We definitely have that Southern hospitality, just being based on, other people coming in and saying, man, you guys are just real nice. I'm like, no, that's just who we are.
Right.
So
I believe that. And then because when my first experience moving here, somebody wasn't nice. But then the Texan told me that they wasn't originally from Texas. So that's the reason why
he was like, oh.
Okay, right. All right.
That's awesome.
So what do you like so much about Texas?
If I go back to the Southern hospitality part, it's definitely that. I think the people are very genuine, in the sense of where they are, who they are, and their standards of life. And people say things are slower here, and it could be in certain aspect. I think it's fast because we're in Dallas. This is Dallas Fort Worth.
It's moving.
It is very, very much moving here. And I think when you come here, you realize, like, man, you guys are, whether you're the inside of the city or outside of the city, there's progressive stuff going on here.
Right.
But I love Dallas. I mean, I've loved Texas. I love our culture. People that come and go, they really get accustomed to our crazy up and down weather that we have. So you got to get ready for that.
I know.
It could be a 30-degree swing in a minute, right?
Right. This day, 78 the next, okay?
Right. It'd be 30 degrees in the morning. You'd be in shorts and a coat.
Right. Absolutely. Okay, so I always give Larry a hard time. He got 4 kids. 4. Okay. I mean, so
photos with hatchback.
But that is so amazing because I have just one, and I thought I was so career focused, right? And so I didn't want to. I was like, I'm gonna wait. Now I ain't having no more. Okay, even though I regret not having no more, but I ain't having no more. So by me just having one, I know that I had to focus on her. Right. So the parenting is a little bit different because they have like different personalities, I imagine. They do. Because I'm a twin. So we have different personalities. So I know.
Yes.
So tell me about that experience.
Man, the kids is like, I mean, if I can sum it up, it's definitely a beautiful thing. And like the way things are in the world right now, it could be so much worse, right? I used to, in my point now of thinking about kids, I'm like, man, it would be a little tough for me, but I'm already in the race, right? So I think kids.
You there?
Yeah. I think kids it's not like it's black or white or it's gray. I don't look at it in that format. What I look at is that you get a chance to raise, kids from a different kind of lens, and that lens could be developing the greatest version of yourself. If I could put it in those words, it's all about life experiences. I was sharing about life experiences with someone today, and we've been through those, and we've had our grandmothers and our mothers and fathers tell us, man, it's going to be this way. It's going to happen. Your days are going to get shorter. It is.
Right.
We didn't believe it because we were so young, but I mean, children are very beautiful. They all have different characters, but it's really, I think back right now, I'm doing a lot of things that my dad did. Like I love coaching baseball. I love playing baseball when I was young. My dad coached me. And so for me to be able to coach now for my son, I'm looking through my dad's lens.
Right.
So it's, you have those moments that hit you and you're like, man, I'm an old man.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Right. I tell you, that baby girl is gifted. I saw her on Facebook with the coat. So I want her to teach me that
coat?
trick. Yeah,
man,
with the coat. So
fine.
I was like, what is she doing? Right when she did, I'm like, oh, can she teach me?
That's the problem. I'm like, man, I feel like I was robbed from learning stuff.
She put the coat on the floor and then she kind of did it like up and then it was like
transformed in that bad boy. I was like, wait a minute.
I was like, we can sell that, Larry. We can
sell that. Let me bottle it up. Put a UPC on it. But kids are definitely amazing. I mean, but like I said, you're trying to develop the greatest version of yourself, and you have an opportunity to do that. So
oh, that's awesome.
That answers your question.
So you're saying kind of like you coaches the baseball, but you also in a program, was a mentoring program called Men of Distinction. So how long have you been doing that?
2015.
Okay.
Yeah, 2015, 2014, somewhere around there. One of my neighbors approached me and he was like, man, we're looking for, with just really good quality mentors, from the Louisville area, because I work with Louisville.
So tell us
ISD.
about it though. What is it so people would know?
Well, it's basically a program of, professional men.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do is we go into the school systems and we really tell these guys on what it's like to be a man, from all of our experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And, everybody can probably say, at some point of their time, they had someone that really helped them shape to be a good person in life. And most people say, oh, it was my coach that brought something out of me to be a great person or become the greatest version of myself.
Mm-hmm.
We really come in, we have lunch with these guys, and with our profession, we get a chance to tell them, walk them through life and what it's like to empathize through certain situations, how to be a real man, look someone in the eye, and just letting you know that you're great, that you can do anything. And so
awesome.
It's really awesome. I'm glad that I get a chance to mentor. Man, they do.
Especially if something happened, if you don't have like a male figure in your life.
Of course.
And even if you can have a male figure in your life, but if that male figure, father or somebody didn't teach them, then they can't, there's no way to teach them. So I think that that's really awesome that you're doing that.
And it's a lot to just letting them know that they can do so much more. It's, you can be a teenager, but your mom's at home, your dad's at home. How can you help? How can you empathize with people in school? And I always say, don't add fuel to the fire.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we really teach them to really take the high road and how to be solution orientated and not just be part of the problem.
And that's the thing is that these kids do not know how to problem solve. I mean, like I say that, like we had to problem solve because my parents, they were working.
Right.
So I had to figure things out. And these kids, like we kind of made it kind of easy for them a little bit, right? Because we thought, oh, our life was so hard. My mom made us do this. But I think that made us lack some of the teaching and things like that. And so we just need to get to the basics. And I think that that's really great that you're doing that for the community because they need it.
I love it. I'll do it every year I get a chance to.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Okay. So now you work for Buckle Inc. For how many years?
Well, I currently work for them now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I work 1 day a week. I love it. I work on Tuesdays.
I used to love the Grapevine. The Grapevine. Okay.
Grapevine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but 15 years. Yeah, I managed for I think a total of 10 or 11 years.
Okay.
But yeah, that was that's where I met Paul.
Oh, really?
That's where I met Paul.
That is very true.
Paul looked good in some buckle jeans. Okay, man, I just want to put that out there.
Paul is... I do my squats. I make sure that I work my hamstrings and my quads equally and throw in some glutes. I want to make sure that these pants do look fantastic.
Okay,
even though I'm not on camera.
The glutes.
It's a surprise.
Hey, I've been to your rock shows. I've seen it firsthand. But yeah, I was with the Buckle, currently with the Buckle, 15 years of service. Such a great company. It really taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about just balancing family and work structure, but also taught me a lot about being in front of people and just finding who you are, but also continue to be genuine. And that really translated me going right into real estate because I've seen 1 million people plus.
Right.
I've helped 1 million people plus. I became friends with 1 million people plus. I've developed and trained a lot of people.
Personality difference. You have to know the personality, what people like, just by looking at them. So I think that's a good transition from doing that into real estate? Because how long have you been doing real estate?
I'm going into my 5th year.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. So have you always been fascinated with real estate?
I have, because, of course, owning your own home, you definitely, from the walkthrough and the process of understanding how it's done and the professionalism that comes with it. And there's a lot that goes into buying your own home. So I was always fascinated by, wow, I mean, is this the American dream? I don't know. So I was I was actually just trying to figure that out. But I really wanted it to be something that was still involved in the service industry, because I guess I would probably have up to 23 years of being in the service industry. So being in retail and going into real estate was pretty.
Because you're serving people.
I'm still serving people. So I got a chance to do something that I continue to like.
Oh,
so
that's awesome, because you're a real estate and I'm on the lending.
Yes.
So I had a whole different experience when I purchased my house. I could care less about that house. It's as long as it looked cute. So the lending aspect, I was very critical on.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm like looking at paperwork. So it's just a big difference. And so that's, I think, so that works like that. So I was very critical on my lending aspect of it.
Right. And I think with anything everything is a transaction in life. Real estate is just one of them, but it's also a feeling that's attached to it too. So I got married to the feeling of ownership, of having something.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know what I mean? I guess from the buying perspective, when I'm a buyer,
I love that.
Yeah, when I'm a buyer's agent, I actually love it. Some people in my profession love being on the listing part and selling homes.
I know,
and I love it, and I do a really, really great job at it. But man, buying a home and helping someone buy a home,
it makes me.
There's
so
a passion
excited.
within that. There is a very much a passion that makes me love my job.
I get excited now. So now the whole aspect of the house, right? I knew what kind of house I want. I thought it got to be cute, but I'm a woman, so it has to be
like
a certain right. It had to be a certain thing, had to be in a certain area. So I knew that, right? But it makes me feel really good when someone. What makes it really feel good about when someone thinks that they can't purchase, and I tell them that they could. And they still don't believe it. But I'm like, just trust me. And we get to the finish line. And they like, you actually said, I said, I told you. So that makes me feel good. So I know how you feel.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, wow. Okay. So relationship with Christ. Okay. So I do know you're a Christian, especially with the mentorship that you do. Do you think that this has helped you be more transparent with your clients and even, of course, you don't walk around and say, I'm this, I'm that. It's, being a Christian to me is about how you carry yourself. And to me, you carry yourself that way, that you're a husband, that you're a devoted, father and things like that. So that's what about being a Christian to me is.
Yeah. And I think you're totally right. It's being able to wear multiple hats, and I think that if you're able to wear those multiple hats and people know who you are at that time that you're called for, it's part of it. It's continuing to be able to walk in that exact same form.
Right.
And I think when people think about the integrity and they think that you stand for something and they think that you're going to follow through, I think those are the things that when we talk about the things that are spiritual that connect us with anything in life. So, of course, I mean, it's definitely a big part of my life.
I like that last statement because I always say this. Hopefully I don't get it wrong because my daughter always say that I get things wrong.
Okay, let's be real.
Let's be real. Okay.
Let's be real.
So I always say, okay.
Is that Beelzebub?
Okay.
Who is that?
So I always say I'd rather die with integrity or live with none. Like that's so huge. I'd rather die with integrity or live with none.
Chopping us with some bombs today.
I know, right? And I got it right. So my daughter will be happy because she said I always get them little sayings messed up.
Bombs today. Preaching on us today.
Well, that's good. Well, I'm glad you told our audience about you. So even gave me a different perspective about you because, of course, I know the business. But now I'm able to understand the personal, right? And so that's about being transparent and it's about being able to connect with different type of people. Like all people, right? So we're all about connecting with, it doesn't matter where you are in life. We're just about connecting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I got a chance to ask some questions for Miss June.
Okay. Let's get in.
Man, I'm about to go in. Okay. Flint, Michigan. Huh?
Yes.
Tell me about Flint, Michigan. I have a lot of friends, believe it or not, that are from Flint, Michigan.
Really?
What is it like coming from Flint, Michigan to Texas?
So I love Flint, Michigan. Like they had to pry me from moving from. Like I did not want to go. Like I have a twin brother.
Okay.
And he had moved when we was 20, and I was all sad. Like, why are you leaving?
He left before you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that to their twin.
I know. I was sad too.
Twin.
And my mother left me, and so they was like, "You're gonna be a Flintstone forever," because that's the thing. If you from Flint, you know we're Flintstone, and I'm a Flintstone. So
feet.
I still have family there. My grandmother, my aunts, my cousins. I go back at least once or twice a year.
Good.
And I love Flint. But then I think about, because I lived in Texas, I've been here almost 14 years. And I'm like, we must have been held in captivity because it's colder than I don't know what about there. It's cold. It's cold. It's cold there. It's the weather. The weather.
Coming right off the water.
I don't even know how I made it. We walked to school and everything.
Wow.
So the whole thing is that they have a water issue there.
Of course.
It's really kind of a sad situation. The reason why I think that is because we live in the United States and we can't have clean water, right? And so what they did was pitch and patch it up, but it's still not fixed.
Okay.
It's still not fixed. So
I'm glad you're able to kind of clear that up, because a lot of people, they don't know what's going on there.
Mm-hmm.
All as they get to see is like what's on the news or what they read about.
Right.
So it's good actually to get that from someone that's actually from there. That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm a Flintstone to life. Flintstone to life.
So what do you think about us Texans? I told you my aspect, so now we get to see from the outside looking in.
Texas. I never would have. Listen, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
I never wanted to move to Texas ever. Like, so when I first moved to Texas, I'd never been here before.
Okay, so wow.
I know, right? So my
Fresh
cousin,
soul.
I know, right? So my cousin, she said I couldn't find a job. So that's one of the things in Michigan. So I couldn't find a job, but I still was holding on. I was like, I ain't leaving Flint, right? And so she said you should come. So I used, and this is no lie, I used all my money, got a one-way ticket. And back then, you were able to carry 2 bags, and I had a blanket, right? Because my cousin said, I ain't got that many blankets, so bring a blanket.
Take this one.
So I got rid of all my furniture, everything. I guess at this point, I didn't know how to sell nothing, so I'm like, just come pick it up.
Right.
And I got on the plane, and my mother had my daughter, and so I told her after the summer, just bring her down. And my mother thought it was ridiculous, like, like you making a decision about you never even been there. I'm like, it had to be better. Like I don't know what else I can do.
Right.
So when I got here, I went to Walmart. Mm-hmm. And so Walmart is not a big thing in Flint.
Okay.
We got Myers, and I miss Myers, okay?
Okay.
And so I was like, oh my gosh, I really did this. I got $8 in my pocket.
Yeah.
And no job. And no car.
Wow.
And a daughter that's coming in 30 days.
Mm.
So I had to make it happen.
Wow.
So I had real estate.
Yeah,
that was my gift.
Yeah, that was your gift.
Yeah.
Okay. She was like, man, boom.
$8.
I love it. Okay, so real estate, and you definitely chose the mortgage side.
Mm-hmm.
So how many years have you been in the mortgage industry?
Since 2001.
2001.
Mm-hmm.
Man, so you've seen some ups and downs.
Lots.
You've seen rates go from here to there.
When I first started in the mortgage industry, rates was 14, and if you had good credit, it was 10.5.
Wow.
And we thought that was good. Like that wasn't like, so when people get to complaining about these rates, I'm like, I remember when it was 14 and 10. I have to remind them sometimes, especially the old school.
You remember?
Yeah, they remember.
Do remember.
You do, right?
Yeah. Let's take a flashback.
Okay, right?
Wow. So what do you like most about the lending side? I mean,
so I got thrown into the lending side.
Okay.
So I was at my wedding. I'm not married no more, but I was at my wedding.
Okay.
In 2001.
She's on the market.
Okay. Single.
She's on the market.
Okay. And so.
Pause. She's on the market.
She's on the market.
She's on the market.
Let's be real.
Where's that voice come from?
I was at my wedding, and so this lady said that we had to say a speech. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, and it was like really random, right?
Yeah.
So
put you on the spot.
So at the time, my ex-husband was like, I ain't about to say nothing. So I got up, of course, said the speech, and she said, I think you would be really good at this. So I said, what is it? Like, I was like early 20s, right?
Okay.
So I was like, well, I never knew what it was, right? And so I say I started in 2001, but I didn't really learn the business until around 2005, 2006. So my first show, she said, go and get like, some customers or whatever. So I'm like, they want to refinance the purchase. I had my cousins, y'all go always incorporate my cousins, right?
Of course.
And so go out there and get business.
And you're like your gang without saying you got a gang.
Listen, I love my cousins, right?
I got a gang.
They my little cousins too. They like 5, 6, but they ride for me.
They
right?
ride for you, 100%.
They ride for me, right? So
I love it.
I had my little cousin Tasha. I love her to death, and so she rides for me.
Right.
So she had me go get somebody, and so I did my first deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know what I was doing. They just told me to go get the business,
I don't
right?
think we all didn't, but
so I didn't know it was a balloon payment. So the lady was gonna beat me up at closing, right? And so no, right? I still at that time, it took me 3 years to know what a balloon payment
was. Yeah.
So everybody, you don't want to do no balloon payment. I never ever put you in a balloon payment, right? So by me almost getting beat up at that situation, that made me never want to do a balloon payment for nobody.
I understand that.
And so the lady that was training me, which is my cousin, she was like, "This her first deal. This her first deal." She said, "Oh well, shoot, she should have said something."
Oh wow!
So I put her on the fixed payment, and everything was good. Yeah.
Man, that's you said something in there. Someone told you that you could be great at something.
Yes.
Do you realize what got me into real estate was that exact same phrase?
Somebody told that you'd be great at it?
Someone told me that I would be great at that.
Yeah, I never would imagine. Even now.
Like, seriously.
Yeah, I never would imagine. I didn't even know what a mortgage was.
I mean, for all our readers out there, and I call you readers because you're real estate after darkers.
Right.
Like if someone tells you can be great at something, listen to it. Because I know for me, when I was managing at the Buckle, probably in my 13th year, in my 8th year, someone told me that.
And you didn't listen?
I didn't listen.
Because you was like, what?
So, you had one of those bad days at work, and that the first thing that came to my mind was the last person that told me that I could be great at something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's crazy that I'm hearing you say this.
She said I would be great. She said you will be great. And I was like, okay. I mean, I'll try it. I said, I'll try it. I'll try anything. But the thing with me is that, and I think my mother gave me this, is that I don't like failing. So I just try until I become great. And so with real estate, it's such a challenge. I couldn't be like a regular worker, right? So it's so challenging because you have different situations. And so I'm trying every day to become great, because I'm not great. It's just impossible.
Of course.
Right. So every day I'm trying to be great. And so that's the reason why I give the best service, because I'm trying to be great every day with you or a client.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I want to get into this like spiritual side, because I get this spiritual vibe from you. Like every time that we talk,
right?
I can really, really tell that you had some really great values and that you got from Flint. Like there's words that I can't express what I feel from you from a spiritual side, but maybe you can help me out with that.
So the thing is, so I say keeping it real when it comes to being a Christian, right? It's about how you walk. It's not about your what you tell people, right?
Right.
So I went to church all my life, and so when I became an adult, I told them I wasn't going back to church. I had rebelled. You
put some time in.
Yeah, I had rebelled. I was like, you know what? And my mama would call me every Sunday. You went to church. Now you know good well I ain't went to church today.
I went to church 22 years.
And so when I rededicated my life to Christ, it felt really good because it was my salvation. And I knew that at my time. And I said I was going to be a different Christian. I was going to be a real Christian, right? Not saying that it's some fake. It is. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
Okay, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real.
Let's be real.
Like,
I know, right?
Where that coming from?
So it was the whole thing, and so that's what I bring into my business and everything in life, right? Because being a Christian is not telling people; it's about how you interact, right? That's the most important thing. And so, I'm so when the integrity, the die with integrity, live, like that is so true to me. And so when I'm talking to a client, even I remember I was talking to this girl and she told me, and so she was going through this bad thing. She was a client, and she told me, and I was like, "You want me to say a prayer for you?" And she said, "No." And so I would give her scriptures and tell her that, you know, it would be okay. So she was like so into it. She said, well, I want to tell you that I don't believe in God. I said, oh, I'm sorry. I'll pray for you on that as well. And then she said, but I felt like you were so sincere and so real that you made me believe that maybe it possibly is a God. I said, did I really? I was like, no, I don't know. I know. And so, so I did her alone. And so, but she respects me. And she said, normally when people would say, because I was serious, you know, like she was going through this hardship, and it's not about the business, it's about the connection.
See, that's the part that I'm saying. That's the part that I felt.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I feel when I'm around you. So that's crazy. I mean, it's definitely connectivity. I mean, which kind of gets me into like, you know, what will our podcaster, our readers get from June?
Real. So that's
let's be real.
Okay, I get it. Yes. Well, you know when Dave Chappelle said, that, you know, what did he say? It
but keeping it real goes wrong.
Right? Yeah,
exactly.
So you gotta help me out because my daughter, I told you, she said me and my sayings.
Yeah, she say I look like Chappelle.
Did I say
in the dark?
You
your eyes squint like.
You know what, Larry?
You think the better looking version?
Dave Chappelle is not ugly.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, right.
I do get that a lot. I could be chilling.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You probably get this all the time.
Okay.
I get that a lot.
You get that a lot? You do. I
could be making some Dave Chappelle money.
Okay, because you are funny. Okay,
Dave Chappelle,
I just want to say,
hit me up.
Larry,
please,
you are funny. You could be the double.
Let me get some try to get the bands.
Right.
But seriously.
Yeah, right. You can.
That's what I get a lot.
So being transparent and being open and honest. And so that's the biggest thing. I like to be organic. Even with my friendships. You know, this leg of my life, I want to be organic and I want to be transparent. Right. And that's just with anything. And so I said anything that I want to do in life is I'm going to be passionate about it. And I'm going to be organic. Gotcha. And transparent.
Gotcha. I'm so glad we got a chance to get more connected with you, with our audience, and man, I'm so excited about this podcast. But man, what we got going on for episode 2? What do we got going on?
So episode 2, let me go to my notes, okay? Because we then went through.
We got notes.
We got notes. Okay, so episode 2, right? So Larry, we didn't talked about it a little bit, but I don't think we really kind of like set it in. But I really want to talk about the buying aspect of working with the lending, what you expect out of me. So we can be more efficient for our clients.
Definitely.
And what I expect out of you as from the lending part. Because if we don't work together well, then we can't be really good for our clients.
That's true. True. I think a lot of part of it will be just being upfront and utilizing all the tools that we have to really help people that come into this market, want to look for homes. You know, I definitely bring something of value with just knowledge and experience and being up to date on market statistics, but also having a special niche on the housing industry. Like, I love houses. I love going to look at houses. I love home health. I love just the way things are decorated. And I love researching the really great communities out in the DFW market. So for me, it's kind of an exception, but it's a really good exception. You know what I mean?
That's really good.
So I just find that, you know, as long as wearing multiple hats as a parent, as a coach, as a mentor,
you busy,
and a friend, I think that, you know, if you're connected to your community and people have those exact same values, I just want to kind of help people find that value. So
and then you're knowledgeable, right? And so it's about the research, right? So a lot of people, because like I remember, and I hate to put my baby girl on blast like this. So she said she wanted to be a realtor, right? And I think because I've been doing the lending for so long, so I think she think that she needed to do real estate. So I said, well, why do you want to do real estate, right? This is the questions I ask because,
of course,
you know, you keep spending
There's
money.
always the
you
why.
Know what I mean? Like, she said, well, because I like houses. I'm like, it's a little bit more than just liking houses.
What you like about them?
Right. Well, I like to look at them. But so it's more, so what I like about you is that not the whole thing, you research it. And so that's important. So that can help your client understand kind of like the community where you want your kids to go to school and things like that. So
it's all about the values. You really take the person and then you start digging in. Okay, what do you like? What, you know, you got like Taekwondo, or your son involved in football. You know, what are your personal things? What's important to you? is it community over commute? There's a lot of things to factor.
It is.
And so it just takes a special person to be able to reason, with people till they can dig into their life and like, hey, let me put you in the right situation so that we check all the boxes.
Right.
Sometimes we won't check all of them, but I like to get pretty close. If you can get 7 to 8 boxes checked out of 10, we're doing pretty good.
I think that's really good because you can't get everything, right?
No, you can't get you.
Even when I
there's some possibilities, but
it's hard.
You get as close as you can.
You get close as you can, right?
Definitely.
Because and I've been in it for so long, so I know like the things that I need to do. Even I couldn't check all the boxes.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
So yeah.
Cool.
Even though I wanted to, but hey, that happens.
Well, definitely. In closing, I would like to say, thank you for, joining me today, and I look forward, just meeting with us every week and just doing this cool podcast with the coolest person I got on the market.
Yay!
And if anybody's out there looking to buy, sell, or lease in the market, definitely check us out. You got anything you want to call before we get out of here or cover?
I do, because I like this saying by Zig Ziglar.
Mm-hmm.
If people like you, they'll listen to you.
But if they trust you, they'll do business with you.
Absolute.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Peace out.